There are some key players missing for this Pakistan tour.
Well, it's two things. Some of them just not up to scratch, and some gone make tour and make some money.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, your channel of undiluted sports content. Raymond and I are here to discuss the West Indies squad selection for the T20 tour of Pakistan. And if I'm to share with you, Raymond, Wagwan, you good?
Yeah, I'm a good one there.
To share with you the squad selection. So, in this squad, we have Nicholas Pooran, the captain, Darren Bravo, Rastan Chase, Sheldon Cottrell, Dominic Drake, Shea Oak, Akil Hassan, Brandon King, Kyle Myers, Godakish Moti, Romario Shepherd, Odin Smith, O'Shane Thomas, Aiden Walsh Jr., and Rahman Powell. And Powell came in as a late replacement for Pollard, who is back in Trinidad doing rehabilitation for an hamstring injury. So we want to say speedy recovery to Pollard at this particular time. But based on this squad selection for the T20, Raymond, there are noticeably absentees. But what's your thoughts on this squad?
It's a good squad. It's a good squad, and you're right. There is notable absentees. Around the batting department, you can see where it's not as strong, and you needed some bigger known batsmen and persons who we are expected to be some serious run chaser. If I understand, it's T20, and we want some batsmen who are very explosive, and I'm not seeing them. I understand some might be injured and some might, as I said, somewhere chasing and making that money in other leagues. But because of that, you have a weaker batsman side. But you have some young talent, and hopefully they can shine in this game.
Yes, so as you talk about the young talents, there is Dominic Drakes, who is a fast bowler. He is pretty new. He was part of the West Indies setup back in 2018, played 2 matches. Then there is Motti, who is new. He was part of the reserve that went to the World Cup, and he's a left arm spinner. And Odin Smith, who is also a fast bowler. So we're seeing quite a few fast bowlers a part of this setup and a few spinners. So we are extremely happy to see the continuity of T20, especially bringing in the young players. And one of the challenges that we had is the age of the team that went to the T20 World Cup. So we're extremely happy to see some of these newcomers.
Yeah, of course, it's a good look having these young players come into the squad, and as well as Moti, we're expecting good things from him. One of those young players who spinner. We want to change up and diversify our bowling attack. And one thing we don't have a lot of and strong around is spinners. And a lot of these pitches nowadays is leaning towards a spin bowler friendly kind of pitch. And if you are unable to have a good diversified bowling attack, then you would have problems. And it's good that you get some of these players early against a big time opponent of Pakistan. So let's see how it plays out.
And talking about a big time opponent as Pakistan, we saw them being the form team in the recently concluded T20 World Cup, and certainly one of the team that we thought would have been in the final, but they didn't. And playing at home in a typical pitch condition in Pakistan normally favors spin bowlers or slow bowlers. So having a squad with 4 spin bowlers, 2 of them, I would say, have some sort of experience having played recently in the World Cup, Aidan Walsh and Akil Hussein. Not a lot of international experience, but they have played recently. Um, we're seeing missing or still missing, or we need some to send out a search party for where is Sunil Narayan? Why is Sunil Narayan not part of the squad?
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. Why is he not in the squad? Because you want actually to have him, help to motivate, help to teach, kind of let some of these young players understand how to spin. Maybe he would definitely be somebody who will bring some strong strength to the team, as well as impart knowledge to the younger players, because he's been in the game long and he's really good at spin bowling. And so he's a lot to impart on these younger players who are just pretty much, even some of them just take up spinning in a sense. He will help them to understand and deliver some good performance.
Uh, if we're to look at some of the names that were selected, we're excited for some, but for some we question outcomes. Like Shea Hope, without a doubt, is a very good batsman, but in the recently concluded Test series, he batted really, really slow, right? Slow for Test match, and he didn't produce much. In fact, he was brought into the first Test as replacement for an injured player, so he wasn't even considered to be part of the first team, and now he's possibly the vice captain of this T20 team and will be playing. Is
Yeah,
that is that a right selection?
it is tricky. I almost felt like in the test game, he was given certain instruction to really bat slow. In the test game, it felt as if they were playing for draw many times, and as such, he batted very slow. He has some explosiveness in his batting. I'm hoping that he's be able to take the cap off and pretty much do that in the T20. Of course, Nicholas Puran, being the captain, a young captain nonetheless, is expected to also be explosive, and Darren Bravo should also be explosive too. So I wouldn't so much beat them on that. Um, the Test cricket is clear that they got instructions, and the instruction was to play and bat slow, and
And
play for draw and
lose.
probably rain maybe. None of that the workout. I mean, when you play negative anything, football, cricket, negative, because when you play for a draw, that's kind of negative and sometimes not very entertaining, and you get punished, and sometimes it's entertaining when you get punished when you're playing for these kind of negative results in a draw and stuff like that.
We're happy to see the return of Darren Bravo, one of the most experienced player in this squad. But there are noticeably absentees. Jason Older is out, and the explanation provided by CWI is that because of workload. What that mean? What that mean?
It could very well be that, it could very well be that. It's from playing, being pretty much coming on late into the World Cup, into couple tours and stuff like that. And you can remember how grueling Test cricket can be, from fielding to batting and the different sessions and innings and stuff like that. It can be grueling, and as such, I can just imagine why you pretty much want to give him a rest. There are many more tours to come, and you wouldn't want to have him injured if you have big plans for him. And so I can honestly see that as a possibility for sure. So yeah, I can understand why he would not be in this one and being rested.
The universe boss is missing. Andre Russell missing. Shamai Etmire missing. I think Fabian Allen is still injured. Evan Lewis missing. The famous um, Lindell Simmons also missing.
Yeah, the list that you had. Of course, let me start by speaking to Lyndon Simmons. Lyndon Simmons batted slow the last T20, and as such, he was replaced in the tournament. I'm not expecting him to, make full about turn and pretty much being explosive. So I can understand why he would not be here now. Of course, Hitmaya, the last I heard, he had some charity and some things to do. And almost seemed like he was taking a little load off from cricket. I almost wanted him to be here to pretty much play alongside Puran and stuff like that. So it's kind of disappointing that he's not there. Russell, of course, and Russell looks like he has shaken off the injury. Playing in I don't know,
another league,
in another league to make money. Of course, we know this, and as
T10,
he would be,
T10. I think the T10 is correct. He's playing in the T10 or the recent.
and he's looking
T10.
really, really good. Granted, he's different opponents, people. So of course he will look excellent, but against certain opponent, it might be a little tricky and it wouldn't look as explosive. But he's incredible, and to not have him here is kind of disappointing. But we understand he wasn't available, and so he's not here.
So you think the selectors have gotten it right in terms of the team selection for this tour?
As right as they can. Some batsmen, as I say, the team is not loaded with batsmen and explosive persons. I mean, it's T20 for God's sakes, and so you pretty much wanted to see a little bit more explosive person. But barring what we just discussed around load management, around holding, and some of the other batsmen not making themselves available, we can see why they're not there. And so, given the circumstance, this is the best they could put out. I mean, fans out there, you could probably speak to who you think was available and not be selected. But this is, to me, as best as they could get it in T20. I'm hoping that some of these young players take their chances and opportunity.
And there you have it, Sports DTM fans. The West Indies T20 squad for the T20 tour of Pakistan in December. We're extremely happy to see some of the young players and some of the players that we saw performed really well in the Caribbean Premier League are in the team, and we're happy for that. We're looking forward to this tour, especially because we're seeing some sort of renewal, continuity, and exposing some of the players to the international scene so that West Indies cricket can grow and expand, because there are lots in store for West Indies cricket, and we want to maximize on that. Fans out there, there are also some noticeable absentees. The fireworks that we would expect from the likes of Andre Russell, Evan Lewis, Shamar, Etmire, and the universe boss, not a part of this team. And there is still no answer as to why Sunil Narayan is not even being considered. Fans out there, is this the right team to tour Pakistan at this time? Who you think should be in the team? Does Nicholas Puran have what it takes to be the captain or to lead this T20 team? Leave all those comments in the comment section below. And always remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. And to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of them friends to come and join the Sports DTM family. This has been another episode of Sports Down the Middle. Be blessed.